Hello, I'm Dr. Catherine VCO from Briar Animal Hospital, here today to talk to you about core and non-core vaccines. Our clients often have questions about these, so we thought we'd make a video and try to answer some of those. Jet is going to read a few of those questions that we get most commonly.
Dr. Vicio, are all puppy and dog vaccinations necessary?
So vaccinations really depend on what you and your pet's lifestyle are. They are not all necessary. Many of them are highly recommended. Some are required by law, but we go over all of those things with you either at your initial puppy visit or anytime you come in for a wellness visit. We'll assess your pet's individual risk and then recommend vaccinations based on that.
What are the core dog vaccinations?
Core dog vaccinations are going to be rabies and distemper. So rabies, really severe, life-threatening neurologic disease. The distemper parvo parainfluenza combo is another one that we recommend for all dogs, and they get multiple of those throughout their puppyhood until they are at least 16 weeks old, so that we can time the pet's own immunity coming up from the maternal antibodies and protection waning to make sure that they don't get that. Puppies are particularly prone to getting parvovirus, which can be very, very serious.
Are core dog vaccinations mandatory?
So nothing is mandatory. You can always decide on the vaccines for your pet, but New York state law is very clear about rabies vaccines being required. Especially not only for your pet's health, but for human public safety and public health.
What are the non-core vaccinations, and why would my dog need them?
So non-core vaccinations are going to be things like Bordetella or kennel cough vaccine. So if your pet is going to dog parks, daycares, even just a groomer, even if dogs are just coming in and out one at a time, all those respiratory secretions are getting on the bathtub. Especially when you have sprays, they're being aerosolized, so it's important for dogs that have that exposure to get Bordetella. Same situation for influenza, especially with the new emerging respiratory virus that's occurring that we expect in New York State very soon. The dogs that have been vaccinated for Bordetella and influenza seem to be recovering much better and faster. We still don't know what that virus is, but if your dog has any exposure to other dogs, those two are recommended. Then we have things like leptospirosis and Lyme. So leptospirosis is a spiral-shaped bacteria that's transmitted in the urine of wild animals, and drinking from puddles, eating grass that was urinated on, anything like that could expose your pet to a very severe illness that attacks the liver and the kidneys. Patients can recover from that, but it usually does require intensive care for several days in the hospital. The vaccine is very effective, so that is one that we talk about. The Lyme vaccine is also a lifestyle vaccine. We strongly recommend tick prevention for everyone in this area. Lyme disease is very endemic. Most people are very familiar with it because of how it affects humans. While dogs' immune systems seem to be a little bit more robust, they still do get very affected if they come down with Lyme disease. Severe limping, lameness, a small percentage of them, about 2%, can get fatal Lyme nephritis. So in addition to tick prevention, the Lyme vaccine is a second line of defense to protect our pets in areas where it's so common.
Does my senior dog still need core vaccinations?
Yes, so senior dogs we do offer things like core vaccine titers, so it is possible that your pet may have sufficient antibodies to protect them from these diseases if they've had several vaccinations throughout their lifetime. But we still do recommend that we don't want your pet to get sick with something that could be potentially serious if they're already kind of dealing with, other issues that they may have later on in life. All right, that was our last question. As always, if you have any questions, please give us a call. We're here to help.